Sam was diagnosed with cancer 3 years ago. He'd been ill for a few weeks and didn't think it was anything serious. Backwards and forwards to the doctors, and we thought it was glandular fever, but he just got worse, and I ended up taking him to the hospital. And it became clear to me quite quickly that there was something quite seriously wrong.
My name is Sam Exworth, and I was diagnosed 3 years ago with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. It takes a long time to get your head around it because it's just devastating news, and it's just not something you expect to be told when you're 16 years old that you've got cancer.
In Great Britain, statistics show that 1 child in every 500 will develop some form of cancer by the age of 14.
To be honest, it's shock. Initially, you're just shocked, completely shocked, because of all the things you've imagined it could be. You never ever imagined it would be that. And it's such a whirlwind when they're first diagnosed, because you are constantly being visited by people. Literally one after the other, they come into the hospital room and tell you this is going to happen, that's going to happen, and then someone else will come, and it's a case of putting lines in, starting treatment. The amount of people that you see in those first few weeks, it's very overwhelming. So along with the shock, you don't really have time to process what's happened. It's not until later on really that it sinks in what's happened. The lowest point I think I've had through the whole time that Sam's been battling his cancer was in April, the year after he'd been originally diagnosed, April, May time. He actually was supposed to be going on to maintenance treatment, and the future was supposed to be looking a lot better. And Sam became ill, and we were told actually he'd relapsed. That was the worst time. To find out that you'd been a year fighting it, to then find that you had to start again, was really hard. And it was Sam that actually gave me the hope to carry on, because I was in pieces, didn't know what to do. And it was Sam that said, "Come on, Mum, go upstairs, sort yourself out. We've got to get on with it."
And it is at times like these that the Emily Ash Trust can do what it does best. Cancer does not have to be faced alone.
I had a phone call from the Emily Ash Trust, and they said that they wanted to offer us a holiday, which I found amazing, because the Emily Ash Trust had done so much for us as a family already. I didn't feel it was right to take a holiday off them as well. But actually, they wanted us to go on holiday, and they meant it, and that's what we did. We planned a holiday. Sam loved it because we were doing something every day, and he spent 3 years doing practically nothing, because you're ruled by treatment, you're ruled by hospitals and appointments. And I think that was the lovely thing for me. I'm always ringing up for blood results and worrying about blood results, and for 2 weeks we didn't have a single blood result. We just went for it. I don't think we would have taken him abroad. I don't think we'd have even thought of daring to take him abroad, but because somebody was saying you can do this, we thought actually we've got this opportunity, we've got to take it. But it was much, much more than a holiday. It was escape for us. It gave us a chance to breathe and just be as a family. It was just the loveliest present that we could have been given.
It is only with your generous support we can give such a gift to help rebuild family life. But there is more.
My name is Rebecca, and I'm Sam's sister.
My name's Hannah, and I'm Sam's sister.
When Sam went to the Topshop trip, he was the most happy I'd seen him in a long time. He was so excited about all the clothes he bought, and he had a smile on his face, which was very unlike him considering all the treatment he'd had. And he Skyped me a whole fashion show of the millions of clothes he got, all the different outfits, give me all the different angles. I think the difference in Sam was just he'd done something that wasn't at the hospital and it wasn't involving his treatment. He was giving him the opportunity to just be normal. It just brightened up his day, which was so unlike what he was going through.
I went on a Build-A-Bear trip with my mum, and it was really nice because I hadn't gone out with my mum much because she had been at the hospital, and we met a lot of people, nice people, and I got a bear and then we went out for lunch. It was nice going out just with my mum, and because we didn't do that much when she was at the hospital.
Once Sam was relapsed, we were offered an invite by the Emily Ash Trust to go on a sibling day, just me and Hannah. It was a brilliant day with loads of activities, but for me the best part was it was away from the home, it was away from everything that was going on. It gave me a time just to relax and enjoy myself. When we were at the sibling day, we did a variety of activities, go-karting, climbing, shooting, duck herding. Straight away, as soon as we arrived, we were so, given breakfast, we were sat on a table with people we didn't know, but we felt welcomed. It was lovely, absolutely lovely. It was really, really refreshing. Thank you, and keep doing your amazing work, because I don't think anyone understands the things that families go through once a child has cancer or has treatment. It brings the house up. The whole family feels better. What Emily Ash is doing is amazing.
The Emily Ash Trust is not only about holidays, sibling days and Build-A-Bear. We are proud to say that we have recruited, through our blood clinics, 3 successful donors.
My name's Scott.
And how long have you been involved with the charity?
I've been involved with the Emily Ash Trust since it started, really. I think one thing I learnt from the trust is, when you're 18 you can become a donor, which is a vital part of helping children with cancer, being able to give back and being able to become a donor. And that was something that was really important to me, that I wanted to do. So as soon as I was able, I registered on the Anthony Nolan donor list. It's quite easy. I just applied online. You have to fill in a form, and they send you through a small sample kit in the post, and you just put a spit sample in the tube and then send it back. And a few weeks later I was registered on their list, and I had a donor card and an information pack about everything that was involved, or what I could be called up for, or what I needed to do in the future. It was around Christmas time, and I had a phone call one evening when I got in from work, and it was a lady from the Anthony Nolan Trust who said to me that there was a possibility I could be a match for a child who needed a transplant. It was quite soon after then, probably about a week or two I think, I had an appointment at the hospital to go and have further blood tests. I think initially I was a bit shocked. It's something I did quite a few years ago, and then having got the call, if you like, to actually go and become a donor was a bit of a shock at first, but I think I was kind of excited that I could help someone, and it was a really good feeling to have, that I was going to be a part of that child's life in a positive way. The tests were really quick, really easy. It didn't hurt. I've had worse injections at school and things like that. That was not a problem at all. I think going into being a donor, you have to prepare yourself that the operation itself can, be a little painful or can take some time, but it's nothing when you think of what you're giving back to that child. Well, after my initial tests, they responded to me and said that I was a 98% match for the child. I was given a date for the transplant, and then sadly 2 days before I was due to go into hospital, I had a phone call from the woman who I've been dealing with at the Anthony Nolan Trust to say that sadly the little girl who I was going to be giving the transplant to had passed away. And although she was very, very sick and they had found such a good match, she just couldn't hold on. I think it was quite tough to deal with, because I'd built myself up to thinking that I was doing such a great thing, and I was excited to be doing it for this little girl. And you know, I didn't know anything about her other than that she was 6 years old and very ill. And I think to get that far and then to be told that there was nothing you could do was a bit soul destroying, I think. And I found it hard. I did find it a bit hard. I think if I took anything away from the experience is that I don't regret being on the register at all, and I just, you know, I wish that it could have been different, and maybe I could have got there a bit quicker, and maybe it would be different. But I think from the experience I would try and get as many people as possible to get on that list and to be registered, because maybe someone else could have been there before me who would have been at a match. Or there's so many children out there who don't even get the chance to find a match, and you know, don't even have the chance at life. So I think, you know, sign up. It doesn't take a moment of your time. Just spit in a tube and you're on the list, and you don't even have to think about it until maybe you're called up. Let's see what Batman says. Be a donor. Dear me.
By 2011, Butch Alboni had swam, run, cycled and even climbed to raise money for the charity. But this time, his quest for a challenge was to take him somewhere even Bear Grylls would hesitate to go. Butch and the chosen ones headed off to Ecuador to kayak more than 500 miles down the Amazon.